Executive summary. Huawei was founded in 1987 in Shenzhen, China by Ren Zhengfei. He envisioned creating a global technological powerhouse aiming to bring digital connectivity to every individual, household and organization worldwide. Beginning as a manufacturer of phone switch, Huawei rapidly expanded its scope, delving into telecommunications networks construction, operational services, and consumer electronics, particularly smartphones, under its own brand since 2009. The company operated through three main business segments, which are Carrier Network Business Group, Enterprise Business Group, and Consumer Business Group, where smartphone become a significant business segment. Huawei's technological powers was evident in its leadership in 5G technology patents, holding the highest share globally in 2021, aided by competitive pricing strategies and leveraging advantages like low wages and favorable loans from state banks, positioning itself as a formidable player in the global technology market. We move to problem statement. How Huawei could overcome the crisis, regain a leading position and remain competitive in the global smartphone market under a storm of difficulties. There are three main problems. First, decrease in market share. Huawei faced fierce competition in the smartphone market from both domestic and international players such as Samsung, Apple, Xiaomi, Oppo and Vivo. As a result, Huawei's global smartphone market share decreased significantly from 14.6% in 2018 to only 4% in 2021. Second is US sanctions. Being banned by the US sanctions and Western countries, Huawei suffered severely from chip supply chain disruption. Huawei struggled to compete in the 5G business under US sanctions. This limited Huawei's ability to launch new smartphones and affected its overall business operations. The last one is semiconductor shortage. The global semiconductor shortage also affected Huawei's smartphone business, making it difficult for the company to procure necessary components for manufacturing smartphones. Huawei cannot get component supply, cannot participate in many international organizations, cannot work closely with many universities, cannot use anything with US components, and cannot even establish connection with networks that use such components.
Cause of problem. First, US-China trade war. Generally, the trade tension between the US and China have contributed to making Huawei a focal point among them. Due to US trade war with China, Huawei had become the victim and need to face consequences. In 2018, the US obtained a trade deficit with China, US 412.9 billion, which result in a higher employment rate and debt in the US. Since the US has no trust in Chinese governments, it banned Huawei 5G business from entering their country. Next, high dependence on import core technology. As a result of US banning, Huawei cannot get cheap technology supply from US company. Because of that, Huawei cannot continue producing 5G smartphone. Huawei relies heavily on supply chain operation, in which 40% of Huawei manufacturing components are imported. When Donald Trump established an executive order to block chip makers in the US from supplying the high silicon carrying chipset to Huawei, the company was cut off from key components for building 5G smartphone. Lastly, allegation of competitor intelligence property. Huawei is being charged by the US Department of Justice with intellectual property. Huawei is being accused of stealing trade secret from American T-Mobile. Companies such as Cisco, Nokia, or Motorola claim that their technology and others were being stolen by Huawei. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Syahada binti Azizan, metric number 280815. So this is the answer for the question 1. So in Huawei business environment, in the smartphone market has been significantly impacted by the US ban, leading to a sharp decline in the smartphone shipments and the revenue. So the company faced challenges due to disruption in the supply chains, particularly a shortage of advanced chip technology, resulting in a 70% decrease in smartphone shipment in 2021. So Huawei's strategic capabilities, including its investment in research and development and effort to develop its own operating system, reflect its determination to navigate the crisis and remain competitive in the global smartphone industry. So despite fierce competition from domestic and international players, Huawei's strategy focus on innovation, collaboration, and competitive pricing has enabled it to gain a significant market share. However, the market financial performance has been affected with 49.6% decrease in revenue from consumer business in 2021. Huawei's next stage of competition involved addressing the dilemma of how to regain a leading competition in the global market smartphone amidst the storm of difficulty, including the US ban and the fierce competition. This is the answer for the question 2. So the US sanction has significantly impacted the Huawei smartphone operation. So the company faced severe disruption in its supply chains, lead to the 70% decline in smartphone shipment in 2021. So the ban restricted Huawei from accessing chips built on US technology, resulting in a shortage of critical components for building 5G smartphones. So additionally, Google stopped providing Huawei with access to its Android operating system, further complicating the Huawei smartphone business. So the US ban also led to a decrease in Huawei global smartphone market share from 14.6% in 2018 to only 4% in 2021. Furthermore, the ban affected Huawei financial performance with only 49.6% decrease in revenue from consumer business in 2021. So despite these challenges, Huawei has made a strategic investment in research and development, developed their own operating system, and explore innovative solution to mitigate the impact of the sanction on its smartphone operation. However, the company continued to face a significant obstacles in regaining a leading position and remaining competitive in global smartphone market.
Answer for question 3. Diversifying supply chain. Huawei should focus on diversifying its supply chain to decrease reliance on specific region or countries. Building relationship with alternative suppliers, particularly those unaffected by US sanctions, is crucial for maintaining a consistent supply of essential components. The strategy of diversifying the supply chain serves to mitigate risks linked to geopolitical or economic challenges in specific locations. A comprehensive analysis is necessary for identifying alternative suppliers for critical components, especially those impacted by US sanctions, such as semiconductor manufacturer, chipset suppliers, or other vendor technology provider. Additionally, Huawei can enhance resilience in the supply chain by collaborating with multiple suppliers for each critical component. This redundancy ensure that if one supplier encounters difficulty, Huawei can swiftly shift to alternative sources, minimizing potential disruptions. Next, investing in research and development and innovation. By investing in research and development, the company can stay ahead of emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence (AI), Internet of Things (IoT), and 5G. This leadership not only differentiates its products but also attract customers looking for advanced features. Continuing innovation allows Huawei to differentiate its product from competitors. Unique feature, advanced function, and superior performance can give Huawei smartphone a competitive edge in the market.
Okay, so now I move to the SWOT analysis, which is the strength of the Huawei is on their strength on the R&D capabilities. Moreover, they also have a strong brand recognition and have been focused on the cost effectiveness and have leading in the 5G technologies, which they have highest patent on the 5G technologies. And on the weaknesses on them is that they depending on the US technology. Beside their limitation, operation system option, and having a geopolitics tension. So the opportunities that can be looked to this company, this Huawei, is that they've been growth positively in the market and have been developing an alternative chipset and also investing in new technologies to overcome the US ban. And meanwhile, their threat is that US been continue to ban and sanction their business, and because of that, they are having a negative perception from their stakeholder because of the US making ban and sanction for their company.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hasni Falina bint Abdul Qadir. My metric number is 281473. I will continue the presentation with personal analysis of Huawei case. The first aspect is political. Huawei has faced significant political challenges, particularly due to the ban imposed by the US government, which has restricted its access to key technologies and markets. The company has also encountered political scrutiny in various countries over concerns related to national security and its alleged ties to Chinese government. Second aspect is economic. The economic impact of the ban and sanction on Huawei has been substantial, leading to disruption in its supply chain and a decline in smartphone shipments. Economic tension between the US and China have further complicated Huawei's business environment, affecting its global operation and market expansion. Third is aspect social. From the social perspective, Huawei's brand image and reputation have been influenced by geopolitical controversies surrounding the company, potentially impacting consumer perception and trust in its products. Next, the technological landscape has been a critical factor in Huawei challenges, particularly in relation to the restriction on accessing advanced chip technology and components, which are essential for its smartphone business and 5G technology development. Besides, Huawei has encountered legal barriers and regulatory hurdles, including being added to the US entity list and facing restriction on its participation in international organizations and collaboration with US-based companies. Last, environmental factors such as sustainability and energy efficiency also could impact Huawei's operation, especially in the context of its technology development and manufacturing processes.
So now we move to the alternative solution. So on the alternative solution, Huawei can have a strategic alliance which is having a non-US technology partnership, and also they can have a joint venture and research collaboration with the other companies. This will reduce the dependencies of the Huawei with the US technology and can sort for the greater opportunity for the Huawei. Moreover, Huawei can focusing more on the innovation of the smartphone technologies, which they could have a different feature that distinguish them with other smartphone competitors. Besides that, Huawei also can have a collaboration with the high-tech company, such a company that have been invested in the augmented reality, virtual reality, and also artificial intelligence. This involvement with this high-tech company will have add more value for the Huawei company, and also can more beneficial to the Huawei and involve them more on the high-tech technology.
To address the challenges stemming from the US-China trade war, Huawei could diversify its market presence and reduce reliance on the US by strengthening relationship with other countries and expanding operation in alternative regions. Additionally, the company could enhance transparency and communication with governments and stakeholders to build trust and address concerns. To mitigate high dependence on imported core technology, Huawei could invest in developing in-house technology, build partnerships to secure alternative sources of technology, and prioritize research and development to create new technologies, thereby reducing reliance on existing components. In response to allegation of intellectual property theft, Huawei could address the accusation through legal means, cooperate with investigation to clear the company's name, and improve internal policies and procedures to prevent intellectual property theft, while focusing on innovation and the development of original technologies to reduce the need for such practices. These strategies aim to diversify operation, build partnership, invest in research and development, and enhance internal policies and procedures, ultimately strengthening Huawei's resilience and sustainability in the face of external challenges.
In conclusion, Huawei faces significant challenges in the global smartphone market due to trade restriction, regulatory hurdles, and trust issues. To overcome this obstacle and regain a leading position while sustaining competitiveness, Huawei must adopt a comprehensive and strategic approach. Huawei can emphasize on strategic alliances, building strong partnership and alliance with international technology companies. They can help Huawei access essential components and software solutions despite trade restrictions. Collaborations could also facilitate the adoption of Huawei's technology in global markets. Other than that, Huawei can focus on diversifying its product offering and investing heavily in innovation. Expanding beyond smartphones into other technology sectors like smartphone device could help create new revenue streams and reduce reliance solely on the smartphone market.